Good day everyone. Welcome to Azure Databricks series on JBS Wiki, where we dive deep into everything you need to know about Azure Databricks. In today's video, we are going to break down how Azure Databricks charges you for its services. Now, as you might already know, when you deploy Databricks, there are costs involved with virtual machines, private endpoints, Azure Data Factory, storage, and more. But what about the charges directly from Databricks itself? That's where DBUs or Databricks units come into play. Databricks charges you based on DBU per hour, which is a way to measure the processing power you use when running your workload in Databricks. In this video, we will explain what DBUs are, how they are calculated, and how you can manage these costs effectively. If you find this content useful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video in our Azure Databricks series. Let's jump right in. I've opened the workspace, Databricks workspace already. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm on the compute section and I'm going to click on my cluster here. Yeah. If you see here, we are currently using the standard V4 ADAs underscore V5 worker and driver node. Yeah. So now, if you see here, we know that whatever we have provisioned as far as the Databricks is concerned, the underlying VMs, private endpoint, and things like that gets charged, and these things sits on your Azure infrastructure. Yeah. And this gets charged as and when you use them. Yeah. But as far as the Databricks is concerned, if you see here, we have this summary for this Databricks cluster, which basically tells we have 1 to 4 workers. Yeah. Minimum worker is 1 and maximum workers is 4. And for example, if your workload utilizes more resources, then there's a high possibility your worker can auto scale from 1 to 4. Yeah. Now, the most important thing as far as the Databricks charges are this one, which basically tells for this cluster, you will be charged 2 to 5 Databricks units per hour. Yeah. So, for example, if you run with the minimum workers and 1 driver and minimum worker of 1, what will happen is you will be charged 2 DB units, Databricks units per hour. Yeah. But in case if you run with the maximum of 4 workers, that is 4 workers plus 1 driver, you will be charged 5 Databricks units per hour. Yeah? So now, how does this Databricks units translate into cost? If you go to the Azure Databricks pricing here, yeah, if you can see here, for all-purpose compute in premium tier prices, for every 1 DBU per hour, you will be charged 46.179 rupees. This is in INR. Yeah? If you want to change the currency, you can change it from here. I am in region South India. I have the tier premium. Yeah, and the workload is all-purpose compute, and the currency is INR. And now, if you see here, we have as well as the all-purpose compute and premium tier for every DBU per hour, I will charge 46 rupees, close to 46.179 rupees. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I will just try changing the worker type. Let me edit it. Let's change that. Maybe let's keep a higher configuration. Let's say standard B48 ADS underscore V5. Yeah? And then we will change the same thing for our driver as well. Yeah. Now, as soon as I change this, worker and the driver node type from whatever to standard underscore B48 ADS underscore V5, which basically has 48 cores and 192 GB memory. If you can see here, I'm having utilization from 24 to 60 Databricks units per hour. Yeah, now if I confirm it, going forward, what will happen is like if I consider that I'm going to run this Databricks cluster for 1 full hour, and in that 1 full hour, if I'm going to use only one driver and one worker, that is the minimum worker is 1, and you will have 1 driver, so 1 plus 1 would be 2 nodes. If you use that, then what will happen is like you will be charged 24 DB units. Yeah. Okay, so if I will be charged 24 DB units per hour. Yeah. So let's go to the pricing, Azure Databricks pricing, and if you see here, for premium tier prices, all-purpose compute is close to 46 rupees.179. So what will happen is like we will be charged this much amount for 1 hour. If you go with the minimum worker, which is like 1, and then you will have 1 driver also, which will be like close to 2 nodes. So for that, for every hour you will be charged this much. Now if I calculate that, it will be 24 into 46.179, which will be close to 1,008 rupees. That is for 1 hour. If you utilize your Databricks with minimum worker type, which is like going to be 1 worker, then you will be charged close to 1,008. Yeah. Now let's consider we are going to use the maximum workers for 1 full hour. Yeah, that is, let's consider like we are going to use all the 4 workers. Yeah, in that case, what will happen is like we will be charged. So if you see here, the maximum would be 60 Databricks unit for this configuration. So it will be like close to 60 into 46.179, which will be close to 2,770 rupees per hour. Yeah. So for example, if you are going to use the maximum workers, that is 4 workers in my case, what will happen is like I'll be charged 60 Databricks units per hour, so which will equate to 60 into 46.179, which will be close to 2,770. Yeah. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. There are scenarios where you will have your workers scaling from 1 worker to 4 workers. So mostly you will get that value calculated accordingly. But in case if we take it roughly, for example, if you're going to use for full 1 hour 1 node or the maximum nodes for the workers, then we get a calculation like this. But your bill will be calculated within this 24 to 60, depending upon the usage of your nodes here. Yeah. So that is how we get calculated as far as the Databricks units are concerned. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.